I thought we were in a good frame of mind to start fast and play a better ball, that first half. Just tough when you're playing against a good football team and you don't, and you get in a hole like we did. We liked the way the team fought back, gave ourselves a chance to win at the end, but we didn't finish. You also need to finish the game, and we didn't finish the game the way we need to. Along the way, some good things happened. Of course, Damon Pierce ran well throughout, so that gave us some. He gave us a spark throughout. But some of the other things that that cause you to lose games. I mean, too many pre-snap penalties. Again, I'm going to talk about those. Passing game wise, I thought we had a few big plays, but the consistency, of course, wasn't there. Defensive side, the first half, again, we would say we didn't start well. Of course, that was definitely the case. We let them move it up. Big plays in the passing game really hurt us. But saying all of that, we got ourselves in a position there late. And, it didn't help missing the field goal early. The fourth down at the end of the half, not converting on it. But with all that being said, we had an opportunity late where we were down one score, and we needed to get a stop defensively. And two big pass plays, of course, doomed us. So injury-wise, we had a few guys that went out. Blake Cashman went out, and I'll normally talk about guys that didn't come back in and didn't come back in. He's in the concussion protocol. I'll take your question.
Lovie, what have you been seeing from Davis, and what do you think he needs to do to take a next step to allow you guys to finish games? And I know it's not just him, but obviously all eyes are on the quarterback.
Well, you're right. All eyes are on the quarterback, but there was a lot more. Our offense got us in a position. We're one score. We're down. We need to score. We're down 3+ scores, and we came back. So in order for that to happen, our quarterback had to hit some passes. He did, just like the rest of the group. There was a period of time in there when what does he need to do? We need to protect better. And as far as pushing the ball down the football field, again, I thought at times we did do that. But we're not where we need to be in our passing game, just like we aren't in anything else. So that's what I'm going to say about your question.
Damian Pierce, the speed he showed on the touchdown, what have you seen from him in terms of breakaway runs, even in practices? Was that something you kind of expected from him?
Well, that's the reason why, we're starting a rookie running back. Of course, he can run in between the tackles. He can make you miss in the open field, but that's a part of his game that we haven't seen. Not many running backs, 75 yards or so in the NFL, that's hard to do. But he's just kind of showing you all of the things that he can do. I don't know exactly how many carries he was able to get today, but he's a guy that we need to continue to feature.
Lovie, your thoughts on the 4th and 1 at their 24 in the second quarter that Davis ended up getting sacked on?
Well, we need to convert there. My thoughts on it. When you go for it, could either kick a field goal, but we needed points in that situation, and we just didn't execute the right way. Good call by them of the right blitz at the right time of sacking us, but there was an opportunity for us that we let get away.
Well, you guys have been close in all four games. All 4 games are winnable, but obviously the NFL's defined by winning in the end every Sunday. How do you read that? What do you take from that as a head coach, where you guys are close, you're in it, you're a few plays away, but you're also winless right now?
Well, one time in, you say, hey, we'll get it right. After 4 games, we can't talk about being close anymore. But if you watch the game, we talked about a lot of opportunities. It seemed like we've done that each game. Not there yet. We're not a good football team yet. Good football teams find a way to win at the end, and we haven't been able to get over that hurdle. But looking at the positive, it was a terrible first half, and we got ourselves in position. They're late. Other games on how they've gone, seem like we had to hold on. We're in a different position. To come back there, we're able to see an awful lot, but still things that we need to improve upon.
Lovie, you mentioned after week 1 about you wanting Damien Pierce to get more touches. The 4th and 1 situation with him on the sideline, why was he there?
Because we had a pass call on there. All right, and we the guy that we had out there, we thought that gave us our best option. There was a pass, and that's probably the reason why. You know, Damon has done some good things. We're not going to have him out there each play. That's what we had called. Good play on their part, not so good for us.
Lovie, the catches that Ekron had in the flats, were there just some miscommunication on the defensive part?
Yes, it was. Yeah, whenever you see a guy wide open like that, there's a breakdown in communication on two of those plays in that long run. It's really disappointing that happened. Felt like we were in a position where that shouldn't happen, but it did. Yes, miscommunication on those plays.
Can I, Sarge's question on the fourth and short, the fourth and one play? I missed the question. I just want to make sure I'm repeating the question.
On this question, or
Sorry. It was about the pass to Eckler. That's okay. I'll ask a question for Brooks. How you all go about, I know you make the calls on whether you want to go on fourth down, but as far as who you want in the game, is that you or a cut call?
that's our offensive staff, and everything goes through me. That our offensive staff, you know, 4th and 1 is a big play. We thought that gave us our best chance to be successful in that play. Like every offensive play that we have, that's how the communication goes.
Hey, Coach, do you have an injury update on Derek Stingley Jr.? It seemed like he was favoring his arm.
He was, but he finished, yes. He was down for a while. Bruise on his arm. He was able to finish, so he should be okay.
Okay. Lovie, the defense wasn't able to hold Los Angeles. They converted on 50% of plays on third down, and part of that was due to the inability to get to the quarterback. When you're unable to get into the backfield and cause pressures and sacks, how frustrating is that to keep drives alive with it?
I mean, it's hard. It's hard, and thought they did a good job with that. You have to change your approach a little bit, but again, when you can convert on third downs the way they were able to, that's tough. In an ideal world, we would like to be able to get pressure with our 4-man rush. We weren't able to do that for the majority of the day.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
You guys have been in all 4 games, but in the end, you guys don't have a win yet.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what's the start of this season been like for you guys?
Frustrating. Close ones, as we all know. Pretty much this league comes down to close games. There's hardly ever any, blowouts, and the great teams find a way to be able to finish. And we haven't been able to do that. And today, we just simply, as an offense, didn't start fast. So, past 4 weeks has absolutely been frustrating as a competitor, no question.
What was the difference, Brendan, in the first and second half for you guys offensively? You were able to do some things with the passing game.
Yeah.
You hadn't quite frankly seen that much of it.
Yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, that sense of urgency was there just because obviously what the score was. And we got to have that mindset, from the get-go. And like I said earlier, being able to start fast. But I think it's just all about a sense of urgency. That's why we was able to do some good things in that second half.
Brendan, what do you feel like the team needs to do from here? Obviously, you still got to do some improving.
Yeah.
But once again, in every game you
Yeah.
are close.
Yeah.
What do you need to change, you think?
I wouldn't necessarily say change anything. It's just getting back to work, and in those situations, being able to be situational masters, being able to actually focus and hang in there and stop biting ourselves in the foot, whether it be penalties, whether it be turnovers. I'm just speaking from an offensive standpoint because that's the side of the ball that I play on. So the things that's biting us in the foot is going to continue to hold us back from winning the game as long as we continue to do that.
Brandon, it seemed like after Damian scored that touchdown, you talk about slow starts, but
Yeah.
both offense and defense got going a little bit. What did you think about Pierce's run? How much did that give you guys the spark?
Absolutely. It was crazy as we talked about it. It said, it takes one play to be able to get the team going, and that run, to be able to make a guy miss like that and to be able to strike down the sideline, got the whole team, amped up. And, from there on, it gave us some juice. And I think that was a defining play to be able to keep us going and moving the ball in the right direction.
Brendan, apologies if you answered this one.
Oh, you good.
How do you describe the passing game inside those 2 drives and then
Yeah.
outside it, and the struggles there?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
How do you describe what's going on with the passing offense outside those two successful drives?
I think, like I said earlier, just being able to have that sense of urgency early on. I feel like once we had that, we got going. Getting the ball to the playmakers. But I think we got to have that mindset to start the game off with. Just because we talk about start fast and finish faster, we can't just choose one. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Those two successful drives and those in it, and the differences between those.
Yeah, just got to find ways to continue executing our jobs. I just overheard Brandon a little bit. We can't turn it on and turn it off when we want to. When we need to go down and score like we did at the start of the second half, we got to do that the whole game. Continue to find ways to get the ball to the guys out in space and let them make plays.
Hey, Davis, when the passing game was going well in the second half, how much of a boost does that give you? I know it's a whole team thing, but personally, how much does that help you with confidence?
That's what we expect. We expect to go out there and perform and do our jobs at a high level. I don't think it's surprising or does anything to my confidence. I always play out there confident, like I can make every play and can make every throw. So, I think it's a result of everyone doing their jobs and executing at a high level. And that's what we're trying to do for a full game.
Davis, these are 4 games. All 4 of them came down to plays or the fourth quarter. Or certainly, you guys could be 4-0. You're 0-3-1. Lovie was talking about, it's a league defined by winning, and you guys aren't good enough yet, but you're getting closer. You're kind of getting there. What's your perspective on all this, or where the team's at right now?
Yeah, first 4 games are close. Good teams got to find a way to win late in the game, and we haven't done that yet. Just got to keep fighting for it. We still got a long season ahead of us. All it takes is one. I said it last week or the week before. All it takes is one. Just got to get that one win, start building some momentum, and it'll carry on through the rest of the season.
Davis, we've talked about the offensive identity before. I asked you that before, and you mentioned it was a ground and pound that opens up the offense in the passing game. How did that kind of go with the 4th and 1 there? You tried to pass there through that play. How does that kind of fall in line with what y'all try to do as an offense?
If you think the identity of somebody's offense is a ground and pound team, you expect them to run the play. We were trying to catch them off guard and make a play on the edge. It'll be good to see what happened on that. I think the end came unblocked, and we should have had him accounted for. So, got to just go correct the mistakes and come out and execute at a higher level next week.
Davis, you had a couple of deep passes to open up the touchdowns, one to Nico and one to Jordan Akins. What was working for you this week, particularly on those deep passes?
Just trusting those guys to make plays. Had really good protection on both of those drives and really throughout the game. So it was great that my offensive line was giving me time to throw, and those guys were making plays. It's funny because we've repped that play to Nico so many times in practice, and I think we've only really thrown it 1 or 2 times. So it's awesome to come out and see him make a huge play, and we know what he's capable of. And same thing with Akins. They brought cover 0. I think that was a French play for us. Brought cover 0. We actually called that play 3 times on that same drive, and that was the only look where I didn't have to kill out of it and get to something else. And he ended up making a play and putting us in good position to score.
Obviously, through the first 4 weeks, the game has come down to a few plays in the fourth quarter. So how much of a mental battle is it for you guys to get over that hump? Because week 1, 2, 3, 4, it's always been there in the fourth quarter. You guys just can't pull through.
I think it's just part of our jobs. Everybody's got to put their head down and get to work and know if we do what we're supposed to do, the results will come. We just got to find a way. Like I said, all it takes is one.
Davis, you mentioned about those drives and being able to get the ball downfield. I think you mentioned it was cover 0 there. How did they change at all towards the end once they got that chance there near the end zone, and have teams kind of play y'all differently whenever you're not able to push down towards the end of the game?
They were doing a really good job on defense, just mixing up what they were showing throughout the whole game. They did a lot, and we just got to find ways in those situations to execute at our jobs. one little slip up can end a drive. So we just got to make sure all 11 people out there on the field are doing their jobs every play.
Well, Davis, obviously, and we've already talked about, you have been very close in all 4 of these games. What in your mind do you have to do differently maybe in order to be able to close out?
Big thing, start fast and then finish faster.
Go ahead.
Hey Davis, what's it like hearing the fans boo at NRG Stadium, and kind of what's your message, and do you understand kind of the frustration of where they're coming from?
Yeah, I mean, they're, as all fans are, I mean, you want to love your team as much as possible when they're doing well, and then it's tough for you to like them when they're not doing well. So, I mean, just urge them to come in here, keep this place rocking. I mean, when the energy was, when everyone was loud and we had energy, I think late in the game, the players feed off that. So that's helping us play well, and we got to use that, every ounce of it when we're at home.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
That'll be it for